Hi everyone, my name is Onita. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my version of the BookTube Newbie Book Tag. When I first started this channel, I was wondering about what the best way to introduce myself, like a good starting point for this channel would be. And I heard about the BookTube Newbie Book Tag. I was not happy with the end result of the video, so what I've done is I've taken inspiration from some of those questions. I've done some of those questions that I want to talk about. I've got them down here on my laptop, is down here. Yeah, I've just got questions, took inspiration from some of those questions, and I'm also going to be doing this or that. If you've seen on Instagram, or Bookstagram I should say, they have, it's like the video where hardback, paperback, which do you prefer? So that's basically what I'm going to be doing. Okay, the first question is, why am I doing this channel? It's to basically document my thoughts and feelings instead of just writing it down. I want to be better at articulating myself and being comfortable talking aloud. I know I'm like in front of a camera, but it might help. I also get a bit bored sometimes, so it's a creative outlet for myself. It's also for me to talk to someone about books. I don't really have a lot of people to talk about books with, and hopefully this channel I will get people online who will talk about books with me. So that's why I'm doing this channel. Second question, what is my genre of choice? I still consider myself to be a relatively new reader, even though I've been reading for most of my life since I was a little girl. I still think of myself as a new reader. I've read about 55 books out of 50 books last year, so I'm definitely reading more books than I ever have, than I ever would have thought I would ever be reading. But from what's on my TBR pile, fantasy is the main genre of choice for me. I also read psychological thrillers, romance I want to get into a little bit more. I read historical fiction. I'm getting into sci-fi now, so there's quite a few there. Basically a little bit of everything, but the main focus being on fantasy. Okay, this is going to be the last set of questions before I go into the this or that section of this video. And the third one, which is going to be the last one, is what will set my channel apart from others? Well, we're still going to be doing the usual TBRs, wrap-ups, that kind of stuff, those kind of videos I mean. I do have video challenge ideas. I have around 2 to 4 video challenge ideas I want to do for myself. It's basically like, I don't know 100% what it's going to be, but I want to do, I read 3 books, or I read 1 chapter from the 3 books that I choose. I don't know if I want to read the chapters or the whole books, just as a way for me to pick up books that I don't really hear talk about often, and for you as well. Like if you see something you like, you'll go, oh, that sounds interesting, and hopefully you'll end up picking it up. I had also thought about, at the end of the month with the wrap-ups, I would have done like a what I've watched segment in the TBR, in the wrap-ups, but I've decided against that. I watch a lot of movies, I watch a lot of TV shows, and I don't watch a lot of TV shows because if it bores me I don't really watch it, but I do watch a lot of movies. So I had thought about putting the movies and TV shows I watched into my wrap-ups, but I decided against that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do it either in reading vlogs if I ever feel like I want to do reading vlogs, like, or eventually get into reading vlogs, and also I'm going to be talking about them in recommendations. I do want to talk about it. Movies, big part of my life. A lot of books I have on my shelves are adaptations of movies and even TV shows, so why not combine the two in a way? And I just want to reiterate, the main focus of this channel is going to be books. I just also want another outlet for movies that I've watched, as like, you know, another part of a discussion, like me talking about books. We could also talk about movies, TV shows, so that's my thought process behind that. Okay, we're getting up to the part I'm most excited about now. The this or that or both. I've put a bit of a twist onto it. There are some things I like more than others, and then there are some things that I like both of. First one, audiobooks or physical? Physical for me, I don't do audiobooks. I can't get into it. They bore me a little bit. They put me to sleep too quickly, and it's not ideal for me to fall asleep while listening to something. I've heard that you can speed up audiobooks, and that's all well and good. It's just, for me, it's not viable for me. I'd just rather read the book. E-books or physical? For this one, I'm going to have to say both. I have a lot of books on my iPad through ebooks. Right now, like, I'm going to focus more on this year. One of my goals is to focus more on getting ebooks, like digital copies of books. The reasoning behind that is because I don't really have a lot of shelf space left, and I want those empty spaces to be for graphic novels that I want to get into. I'm still going to be buying physical books, that's not going to stop. I just like having books in different formats. Hardback or paperback? I'm looking at my shelves now, and most of my books are paperback. I don't have any... Yeah, most of my books are paperback. I don't have anything against hardbacks or paperbacks or anything, so this could be a both. Could be a both. I love the big floppy, let me see if I can, I think this is a big one. Those really big floppy paperbacks that you usually get. Really love them, as I'm sure many other people do. And now I can't get this book back in. You know, you're gonna have to wait down there because I can't reach. And hardbacks, I don't really know, like, I enjoy hardbacks. I especially enjoy them when they have really pretty designs on the hardcover. So I'm guessing for this one both, but more paperback because that's what I have and that's usually what's cheaper. Long books or short books? Both. I have quite a few long books. I have more shorter books than longer books, but me being mainly a fantasy reader, that involves a lot of long books. So I've read quite a few long books, like 500 plus page books. I'm talking about even 1,000 page books. So they don't really bother me. It's good to have the choice, like read a longer book, have a shorter book as a palate cleanser to get you through your TBR quickly. Romance or no romance in books? What do I like? What do I like? I still consider myself a relatively new reader in terms of romance. I don't really pay too much attention to that. I want that to change this year with reading a little bit more romance. I have noticed before when I have read like a romance book or whatever, they tend to be quicker reads for me. So yeah, why not bring on the romance? Smut or fluff? Both. I feel like a lot of these questions are going to be both instead of prefer this over that. But yeah, both. Both. For smut or fluff, that is. Okay. Book adaptations or movie novelizations? So, book adaptations, like Handmaid's Tale, for instance. This is a book adaptation, I think we all know that. Now, movie novelizations. So, take for instance the recent Star Wars sequel trilogy. There have been movie novelizations about those. I don't like movie novelizations, so it's going to have to be book adaptations for me. Bookmarks or dog ears? Bookmarks. I don't like it when people dog ear their pages. I don't like when people write in their books. It makes me panic a little bit, gives me a bit of anxiety, and it makes me panic. Like, what the hell are you doing? Stop, please! Annotation in books or annotation in notebooks? Like I said before, with the bookmarks or dog ears, I don't like dog earing pages or having writing in my books. all my books are in just about pristine condition, except for some bent spines that I have, unfortunately. It can't be helped, especially when they're the really tight books. They're not good at all. But yeah, what I do is, when I take notes, I usually do it in my laptop. I have a pretty good memory, so I don't feel like I need to take notes down or anything in my books. I did try before to tab my books. Like, people tabbing books I don't have a problem with. It's just when they write and highlight in their books that makes me panic. So definitely in notebooks. It's just easier for me. Like I said, I have a good memory, so I don't feel like I have to. And I never got to finish what I had said before. I tried to tab them, but it was just taking too much time. I'd rather read through it and try and write down all my notes as soon as possible in a notebook, or like I said, my laptop. Okay, up to the last 5 now. The next one is standalone or series. I'm a big series reader. Most of my books that I have on my shelves, even ones on my iPad or my TBR, are all series. I love the extra world building you get, love character development, and I do read standalones. Don't get me wrong, I read standalones. They're a good palate cleanser. They're usually pretty quick and easy instead of dedicating your time to bigger series, which I have a lot of big, dense series. So it's good to have standalones to break it apart. Am I a slow reader or fast reader? Depends. I can be a fast reader and I can be a slow reader. I'm actually going to combine the 2 questions here that I have, which is the one I'm talking to you about now, slow reader or fast reader. And I'm going to combine that and add to that and say, do I like flowery writing, or do I like, well, I should say, do I prefer flowery writing, or do I prefer writing that is more plain and simple? And I think what these have in common, if something is more flowery, I tend to read it a little bit slower to really engage myself in it, because I consider flowery writing to be very dreamlike for me, like a daydream. And books that are plain and simple, they're easy to just fly through them. You can just read them in like a few days and be done, whereas with something that's flowery, which is what I like to take my time with, I am a bit slower with flowery writing. So for both of those questions, slow reader or fast reader, and flowery writing or plain and simple, depends. Both, but it depends. Last 2 now, we're in the home run. Adult or young adult? More adult. I don't have anything against young adult at all. I do still read young adult, but my engagement and my enjoyment is more with adult books. Do I read somewhere quiet, or can I read, say, in front of a TV or with music in the background? I prefer to read in the quiet 100%. I can really focus my attention to the book. Sometimes I just get distracted if there's something good on the TV, or if there's music in the background, if I'm listening to music on my phone. It's just a distraction for me, so definitely I prefer to read in the quiet at night in my bedroom. Okay, that's about it for that video, guys. Hope you've gotten to know me a little bit better. And I'm sorry about the last question, this or that or both. A lot of those answers turned out to be both. So I apologize about that. I guess I just like reading just about anything and everything, clearly. So that's it. Thanks, guys. Make sure you leave a comment, like, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more bookish content from me. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.